on they did about because I'm trying to talk, I can't breathe at the same time.
Hey your parents, I'm Edwina.
I'm Hannah.
If you've been watching us for a while and value what we do, please like and subscribe our channel. We love
The love.
all the love and
the
getting your
comments and the
comments and
likes.
your questions
Love
and
it.
helping y'all out. It makes
Yeah.
us feel like
So
we're
happy.
making a difference.
Today we are going to be talking about nerves and how to control your nerves before a Skype call and before meeting the host family. Just nerves in general. There are a lot of nervous moments as an au pair which you can counteract.
So, I don't want to say everyone's different because we start all of our videos saying that everyone's different.
So, nobody is different when it comes to getting nerves.
All of us are the same.
Everybody gets nerves. Don't stress out and think you're the only one if you're nervous. We both still get nervous.
I had a Skype interview the other day and I was like, I had to pace back and forth
Mm-hmm.
and breathe. It was just so nerve-wracking. So if this is probably your first Skype interview ever in your life, so your nerves are very much justified.
And so our tips are, number 1.
Pace back and forth. So for me, the first thing that I do is practice out loud what I want to get across in the interview. Especially on Skype, I cheat a little bit, and I remember for certain Skype calls, I had Post-its on my desk behind the camera, so it would look like I was looking around the room really quickly, but then I would remember certain points that I wanted to make, whether it was, you know, I wanted to talk about money, I wanted to talk about discipline, whatever it was, it might have been a difficult subject, and I could easily have forgotten it in my blabbering away of whatever it was.
Yeah.
So I had a list beside me that reminded me what I needed, what my goal was in the conversation.
Good idea. I don't think to do that often. I'm going to adopt that one. Number 2 is deep breaths. Deep breaths are so underestimated and over talked about, and I feel like we don't do it enough. But it definitely makes me feel a lot calmer going into situations, having taken a lot of proper deep breaths. And the one that I read about which helps me the most after like doing all sorts of like trying different breathing techniques was the 4-7-8 rule, where you breathe in 4 through your nose, hold for 7, and then breathe out 8 through your mouth. Do that a few times before you go into your host meeting, host family, Skype call or meeting for the first time, and you will feel a lot better.
My next tip, third tip, is I like to pace back and forth before the Skype call, and then if you're not doing a Skype, if you're doing an actual telephone call, that's even better.
Wow.
Even when I'm on the phone now, I have to be walking and pacing and
really do.
doing something. What? Really?
Yeah. I was thinking you had that phone call interview the other day, and I was like, why is she going outside for this? And then I would just watch you like walking back and forth and back, and I never realised that was kind of why you did it.
Where?
The phone
Oh
call.
yeah. I have to pace. It
Wow, I never
just
knew that.
helps me think of something different.
Mm-hmm.
And then my body's moving, and it's obviously a personal thing, not everybody paces, but helps me. And if you can be on Skype and like be walking on your phone if you're 3 or 4 Gs that good, do it. It really helps.
My next one is make sure you've eaten something, because being hungry definitely does make you feel more anxious and more nervous. And it sounds kind of stupid, and also when you're nervous you don't really want to eat, but there's like scientific proof that being hungry makes you more anxious because your brain's like working overtime even more. So that is an important one which I always try and keep in mind.
Don't be hungry, but don't stress munchy.
Yeah. True.
There's a fine line.
There is a fine line, yeah. Well, I'm just thinking that because I'm usually like really, I don't want to eat at all when I'm nervous, and then I'm just sat there like with my stomach's rumbling, so it feels embarrassing even though the other person usually doesn't care. All those things add to the stress. So have a proper meal and don't go overboard.
True.
Something nutritious, because the sugar can make you crash and make you even worse. So.
Tip number 5. My tip number 5 is just writing down right before all of the things that you offer your family, which are positive aspects, and remembering and instilling confidence in yourself that you are capable, you are looking for a job as much as they're looking for an au pair. So just reminding yourself that you don't have to compromise on everything. You're going to have to compromise if you're going to find a family. There's no perfect family out there.
Yeah.
But there are plenty of families in the sea. I think it's very easy to get caught up in the, oh my gosh, a family's asked me to interview them, you know, they're someone I really want to be with. If they don't choose you, or the Skype interview doesn't go well, or you don't really feel like you vibed, don't get stuck on it, because it might take a little bit more time, but you will find another family. There are other opportunities out there, and things work out the way they need to work out.
And number 6 is a bit random and a bit personal to me, but I found that from reading copious amounts of lists about how to calm your nerves, smelling lavender helps a lot. It's actually not there, it's over there.
Oh no.
So
we have it here with us.
I have a tiny bottle of lavender.
I'm gonna get it. She sticks this in my
yeah.
face sometimes when I'm stressed out.
And it's actually proven to reduce stress, and they did a bunch of tests on they did a bunch of tests on students going straight into exams, and those that smelled lavender first would be calmer in the exam. And I kind of think it's because you've got to take deep breaths to smell it.
Yeah.
Which kind of helps. It's probably not that. Like, I'm not a scientist, I know nothing, but, you know.
You're not.
It definitely.
Who told you?
So, get yourself a little bottle about lavender
True.
oil. And they're meant to be cheap, so don't spend loads.
Those are all of our tips. If you have more tips, please share them down below. I know there's
always want to know.
so many of them. Everyone's so different and helpful. So leave some tips for everyone else to read, and go in the comments and read more information about tips that we have. And Hannah writes these lovely descriptions that nobody ever reads. So
no one ever reads my descriptions. It's fine. Please subscribe to our channel, please like our videos, and please follow us on Twitter at @AuPairOParis, and also send us your stories at AuPairOParis.
become part of our blog.
Yeah.
We love hearing your stories. They're so funny, and they're so inspiring, and they remind us of when we were an au pair, when we were au pairs, and they're awesome. That's all for now. Now we're gonna go eat a quiche that we made.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that. Ciao.